everyone, it's Lisa, and today we are going to go through my favorite yummy foundations. And if you have been here with me, you know that when I say a foundation is yummy, what I mean is usually it's full coverage. It's going to have a creamy consistency that really just like blends into your skin. I'm not a fan of the really light, like the foundations that come like in a dropper, or the serum foundations, or any of those that are really runny and they kind of just sit right on your skin. I'm not a fan of those. I really just like a creamy, full coverage, medium to full coverage foundation, and it needs to just not be, it can be matte, but not too matte. And I can't imagine, let's see, I'm trying to think of a foundation that was too matte for me. I can't even really think of one right now. I know there was one that I couldn't stand, and maybe I'll think about it. So I tried hard when I was doing this video to not, there's so many variables that go into a foundation. I tried to not get into primers or brushes or, you know, sponges or anything, because that will be a different video. I'll just kind of touch on each one and tell you the necessities. Okay, so I've got 10 of my favorite foundations here, and then I also have a few things that you can get to make your foundations work. And so I will start with an oldie but a goodie. This is the Dior Air Flash. I do not use this enough. I don't know why I don't think about it. It is just such a good foundation. You can use it by itself. You can use it. One of my favorite ways of using it is to literally spray it, like one here. I need the most coverage, like right here, because of years of being in the sun. I have, I don't have a lot of darkness, but I have like broken capillaries and just uneven skin. And I'm usually trying to cover up the redness. So this, I can just do like a spray, and then kind of let it dry just a little bit. And then I can go over with another foundation, and oh, it looks just flawless. But this is just full coverage. But there are different ways you can do it. You can spray it on your hand and then go from your hand to your face. Don't be scared that, you know, you don't want to try to spray it on your face. You don't have to do that. Or you can spray it on the sponge. You can spray it on a brush. There's just many ways you can do it, and it's just really nice. I know it's expensive, but I guess I don't use it enough, but I can't imagine going through this so fast. You don't use a whole lot at one time. Let me go ahead and just tell you my go-to favorite. I've actually got two these days that I just, every time I wear them, I think, oh, I love this foundation. I could just be happy with this foundation forever. And those two are the YSL All Hours Foundation. And below, I'm going to list all of the different shades that I can wear in these foundations, because all of these, well, there's a couple that maybe I stick to one, but most of them I have like a more neutral tone. I have a more, you know, yellow tone. It depends on what look I'm going for, because sometimes I just prefer one or the other. And then a lot of times I'll have a, you know, like a wintertime shade or a summertime shade. So I wear several colors in this, but my favorite and my most used has been BD35. That is one of my lighter shades. It's my winter shade, but I can even make this work in the summer by either adding a pump of, I was going to save this, but I can add a pump of this, which is the IT Cosmetics CC, and this is the neutral medium. I can use a pump of this, or there's one that Vanessa, the Bombshell Suite, told us about. It's the Loreal Pro Glow, and it's this beautiful color. I will put it down below too, but if I want to just warm this up some, I'll put a pump of one of those in there, and it will make this perfect. But this foundation is, there's just something about it. It's just, I can't believe how they could make something so full coverage, but yet it spreads. And when it spreads, it doesn't lose its coverage. It's just, it doesn't blend out to nothing. It's just fabulous. So this is probably my number one. My number two, and this, you can also use this as a kind of a tool to make foundations that don't have enough coverage, or that don't last long enough, or that are too glowy, you can always put in a pump of good old faithful Estee Lauder Double Wear. This is just, it's got to be in your foundation collection because it's just so easy to just do different things with, and it's just so easy to use on its own. It dries down. You can layer mineral powder over it. You can you know, you can go without powder, or you can add like one of those other things that I was saying that make it glowy. Or this is another thing I wanted to tell you about. Where is it? This, the Charlotte Tilbury Flawless Filter. If I want something to have a little bit more coverage, or I don't want it to be quite as matte, just for many reasons, I will put this on first. I don't really mix this with a foundation like on my hand. I always just take the wand. I like number 3 the best, and I just literally use everything on one wand. You know, I'll go cheeks first and then across my forehead, and I'll just kind of use all of it that's on the wand. And then I'll, with the YSL, because that adds just a little bit of coverage, I can go with one pump of this and, you know, finish the rest of my face. With the Estee Lauder, I can usually do about the same thing, but something I wanted to tell you about, and I found this so interesting. When I was talking about the Estee Lauder one time and I was speaking of the pump, one of you that works for Estee Lauder told me that Estee Lauder is not supposed to have a pump because of the formula, and because the way it dries down to like a powder finish. You are supposed to pour it out on your hand and use it. And that makes so much sense to me, because this is what happens to all of my Estee Lauder Double Wears when I get the pump. And this is even an Estee Lauder pump that I bought, but you can see that it clogs up and it forms like a powder over it. And I have had many mishaps where I tried to pump it and it just went everywhere, all over my outfit, across my brushes, across my mirror. So I really do have a different, you know, feeling about that now. I used to hate that it didn't have a pump, but now, like this morning, I used this and I just literally opened it up and took this out and put it across my skin. So you still can use the pump as like a tool, and so you don't have to, you know, literally pour it out, and that's what I've been doing. Now this, I use many colors too. This one just happens to be 4-in-1, which is Shell Beige, and it is a beautiful neutral tone, a dark neutral tone. If you want to look like you naturally have dark skin, you've been in the sun and you've just got that good settled tan, this is a good color for you. I used this today with another one that I'm going to go ahead and quickly, sorry, everything's falling over, quickly put in my favorites because I just love it. I did a video that you guys will already have seen by the time I post this, but it was my Poshmark video, and I wore this, the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Foundation. And it just videos so nice. It looked so pretty on camera and I loved it all day. It's just a matter of getting the right color for me. So I ordered another one. I ordered, I believe, 7.5, and so I haven't gotten it yet. We'll see how that goes. So today I wanted to use this. So I used a pump of the 5 Neutral with a little bit of this, which is the 4-in-1 Shell Beige, and that is what I have on today, and it's just a perfect tone. This on its own was a little too light, and just even though it's a neutral, it was still a little bit too yellow. So Estee Lauder just has to be in your foundation, and this is just going to be good. I can tell it's just going to be one of those that I go to. So that is in there also. Another newer one that I love, I mean, every time I wear it, I'm just crazy about it, and that is the Chanel Ultra Le Tint Ultra Wear All Day Comfort Flawless Finish Foundation. So you can tell that my favorites are long wearing usually and medium to full coverage, and I don't mind looking like I have makeup on as long as it looks good, and that's what this does. It just, oh, I love everything about it. When I put it on, it just smells good, it feels good, it has that silky creamy feeling, and it just, you can use it with brush, sponge, anything, and it just looks beautiful. So I love this. And another thing I like is how they did the different tones in this versus like the Velvet and the other Chanel foundations. I love that they did the B, the BR, and the BD. I am the BD 41, and in my darkest, bronziest summer, I was BD 51, but this is perfect for me now. And so you can get like a more of a neutral tone, a rosy tone, or this, which is the warm, like golden tone. Okay, another one, this is just probably my favorite drugstore foundation, and it is the Maybelline Matte and Poreless. This color is a little dark. It is the soft tan bronze, and I can also wear this, I believe, in like a natural beige, but this is another one that you can kind of mix into other foundations if you want a little bit more coverage and a little bit of creaminess. Like if you wanted to mix just a tiny bit of this in with your Estee Lauder Double Wear, it's going to give you just a little bit less of a matte look. It won't dry down quite as much, but it's just beautiful. It is a really pretty foundation, and I believe I wore this in, I wear this usually in my Walmart videos because I try to wear things that you can get, at a drugstore or Walmart. So if you look at those, you'll probably see I'm wearing this. An oldie but a goodie is MAC Studio Fix. Another one that is very creamy, full coverage, stays, wears a long time. It is just good. This is one that it's like so many new foundations come out, I kind of skip wearing this one, and I love it. And my shade, like I would wear right now, is NC37, but there are so many shades of this. I would go to your MAC counter, or find someone on YouTube that you wear their same shade. That's what I do. And try it. You can get a sample, but it's just good. I've gone through many bottles of this. I'm going to save two older ones. This is the Dior Forever Skin Glow. These came out, I would say it's probably almost been a year ago, and they came out with a new Skin Glow and the other one that is Forever. I think it just is more of a matte. I really like this, and I love this color. It's the 2WO, so it's the 2 warm olive, and that's what gives you less of that peachy or bright tone. It gives you more of that, to me, it's almost like a yellow neutral tone, and this is so good. It's full coverage. Now this is glowy, so if I want this to stay, this is where I'm gonna get into a little bit of the primers, but I use a sticky primer like the Cover FX Gripping, or the Sicily is a great primer. Sicily is just my go-to. I can wear the Sicily Double Tenseur with all of these, and I just really love this. It's pretty, it's glowy, but it's still got full coverage. You might not get quite as long of a wear out of this as those, but it's still, I would say 6 to 8 hours. These are two kind of like rediscoveries, and I think the reason I am loving these so much lately is because of the gripping primers. When you wear those primers, it just, instead of being like the pore filling or the ones that are silicone based, to me, my foundations just slip right off, especially like along my jawline and just anywhere that you might touch. And before I know it, I've got that, full coverage here, but it's broken up around my nose and on my chin. So these are great, but I like these with a gripping primer, and it is the Too Faced Born This Way. This foundation is beautiful. Every time I wear this, I would compare this a little bit to the Chanel, the Ultra Tint. This one is just, it's just creamy and pretty. And this is the light beige. This is the tone that I wear now. In the summer, I can go to a sand, and I really want to try the natural beige. That's kind of between this one, the light beige, and sand. I think I might like that. So, but this one, oh, it's pretty. And also the Born This Way concealers. Those are so good. Like if you want to get one for under your eye, or you want to get one for bronzing, they're just beautiful too. They did a great job with this foundation. And then last but not least is the Nars Sheer Glow. This one, has been around a while, but I remember, because I've been here so long, I remember when this first came out, and I loved it then. And then I think it got to where I couldn't get the same amount of wear out of it, but here again, it's another one that if I put it on with the Cover FX gripping or the Sicily or the Milk Hydro, you know, gripping primer, I can wear this one and I love it. And this color is medium 3 Stromboli. And what I have discovered is after I realized how much I loved this, I went back and got the one that everyone loves, the Luminous All Day, and I don't like that as much of this. To me, that one is not yummy. It's more like pasty. It doesn't give me that feeling of, you know, just, I don't know. These foundations give you the look like you're on a magazine. You know what I mean? That vibrant full coverage and airbrush look. And I don't feel like that does. I feel like that is too, it's hard to spread. And what I was going to say is the colors don't transfer. Like this Stromboli is prettier than the other Stromboli. This has more of an olive tone. So just be careful if you are ordering, or say you like the other one and you want to try this one now, just pay attention to what the tones are. I think that's it. And I went over this being a good thing, the It CC cream. I don't like it on its own enough, but I love to mix a pump in with other things. If they're too, like I could probably make that Luminous All Day Wear work if I put a pump of this in it. That would give it a little bit more of that creaminess, and it would probably help the tone also. I'm upstairs today because it's Labor Day and everyone's home, so I thought this would be better, and the sun is not out today. We have the hurricane headed our way. I cannot even believe that it's happening again on the exact same week that it happened last year. So we are hoping that everyone stays safe and that it kind of comes up the coast and it's either weakened by the time it gets to us or it veers off. Last year, after the just terrible time we had with flooding, we now have the biggest, I think it's one of the biggest generators you can buy, and we are pretty prepared. So a lot of you have already texted me and messaged me. Thank you for being concerned. Today we're going to go out and, you know, we've already filled up our gas tanks and we've already done a few things, but we're trying to like hold out and just make sure that it's coming. They haven't canceled school yet, I don't think. And boy, last year we missed over a month because there was so much damage in some of the schools. And so we had to go longer. We missed some, you know, Christmas break. Our half days were full days. It was just not fun. So I would rather just do our regular schedule. Okay, so today I have on one of my Zara bodysuits. It's one of my favorite bodysuits. If you like bodysuits, you will love them from Zara. It is a large because I'm long and the medium fit me, but it was way too low. And then I've just got on a bralette underneath it. And then these are the Express wide leg jeans. And I'm just kind of going, I don't want to do a belt today. I feel like it's too much is going on. And then I will probably wear these little shoes. I love wearing these with jeans just because they're so pretty and they're so colorful. And these are they're not sold anymore, but this whole line is pretty like this. They're all so pretty. It's the Attico. Okay, and then for accessories, I thought today would be a perfect day to layer up with my Miranda Fry. And I have to say, you know, the whole reason I ordered Miranda Fry was because of the little rings and the necklaces. But I have to say that these earrings are some of my favorite things. They're just so pretty and they're very light. And I love earrings that turn and move. I just think that looks so pretty. And I've got on the Miranda Fry necklaces. This one and this one, and this is the one that I never take off. It's gold and diamonds, and I got this from Oliver. And then my rings are these two, and they're some of my favorites. And I still have on Cajun shrimp. I need to take this off and do something different. And so I hope you guys enjoyed this. I think that you would love these foundations if you like a look like I do. If you ever want to just, you know, cut down the, you know, coverage or anything like that, just put a little bit of your moisturizer in it, or put a little bit of a lighter coverage foundation. Always think about mixing your foundations. Almost always, if you watch a makeup artist, they are mixing foundations. The only time I've had a really, really, you know, expensive makeover was when I went to Los Angeles and Sheila had a girl do my makeover. She mixed Giorgio Armani, which I'm glad I mentioned that, and the Clé de Peau. together, and oh, it was beautiful. I still have those. I need to wear that one day for you. But if you're wondering why Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk isn't in my collection, that does just not have enough coverage for me. I still see my redness through it. So what I have to do if I wear that is I put a little bit of Estee Lauder Double Wear in that, because it is a beautiful foundation with pretty tones, and but it's just not yummy on its own. These are all just one and done. You can wear these by themselves and they're beautiful. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. I enjoy doing it because I love foundation. I will still keep on trying. If you have any that you think I should try, put those down below, and I will see you real soon. Bye-bye.